changing this to this to this. Okay, so welcome back. It's the Game Changer, and today I'm bringing you a taper fade on 360 waves. 360 waves mean that the whole head is covered in waves in a honeycomb shape. So with this hairstyle and this hair texture, you want to make sure that you first thoroughly comb the hair all the way through. You don't want to miss any spots because you don't want to gap the hair. The hair is very curly and very compact with waves, so you have to make sure that you're very thorough as you comb. After I do a thorough once or twice through with the comb, I put my 1.5 guard on, and I make it wavelength. Well, wavelength is so many different variations, but I'm gonna just do a 1.5 basically. That's what I'm doing right now. I go over it a couple times to make sure the hair is nice and flush, very neat and even. Take your time. There's no need to rush. You want to work on perfection rather than speed. So once I cut the hair down, you cut the hair down, and I'll see you guys back here in a second. Nope, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. You know what? It's been a while I haven't been on here, you guys. I've been so busy with my work schedule. The holidays just passed. I've been cutting so much hair. Thanks for sticking with me. I got 3 tutorials that I'm finna drop. I gotta just make sure I edit them. And I'm sorry I haven't been commenting back as much. Like I said, I've been so busy with at-home life and just work. But I'm back now, you guys. So stay tuned. We're gonna be having some nice tutorials coming through. I'm gonna give you guys as much knowledge as I can. Any questions, make sure you let me know. Instagram or email me, either way. But yeah, so basically this is just another angle of me cutting the hair down so you can just get a better overview. This is the top view, and as you can see, those clippers are very flush to the scalp, 1.5 guard, and I'm just laying it down. Okay, now it's time to taper. We want to first start by combing out the area, nice and thorough, give us a nice clean working space. Then we take our edges and ball the area out. This is going to be a low ball taper, so I keep the line right at the lower part of the temple. I'm balled it, nice and neat. Remember, whatever we put the line in with, we take the line out with, so we don't have any issues there. So don't worry about putting a nice, neat, crispy line in. So that's what we're doing right now. Now we're going to start this fade off with the Barber Magic clip. We're going to have the lever all the way open. We create a second line, not hard line. We just basically fade that line in. Then we're going to ball that line out, which you can see. As you can notice, I pull the skin back. When I stretch the skin, it shortens my workspace. It makes every stroke count. No loose skin is in my way. So I'm pulling that skin nice and tight, and I'm just flushly tapering. Every few strokes I'm going to comb, so I can lay that hair back down. With over curly hair, sometimes when you stroke, it runs, so we're going to lay that hair back down. As you can see now, I have my 1.5. I'm thinning out the bulk. I'm not really fading so much, but I'm creating a nice, neat workspace. When it's time to fade with my masters open, I don't chunk the hair out. I don't take off big chunks because the hair is thinner in that area. So this is a thinning technique. Also, I'm thinning with this method as well. This is another method you can use to thin. You put your 1 on your Barber Magic clip, and you just go with the grain with a smaller guard. Like I remember, we cut the hair down with the 1.5, so I just took a 1 to go down with. Now I'm fading. As you can see, just lay the clippers flush to the scalp. You can comb the hair every few strokes. Switching pretty fast, ain't it? Now I got my Andes Masters. Like I said, you can rewind this clip and watch it a couple times, but yeah, I'm just showing you all the clippers you can use to fade that out. I use the Andes Masters with no guard because it has a longer comb, so I don't necessarily need a guard with those. That's why I actually prefer those when I taper. But lately I've been using the Magic clip. So as you can see, I'm corner notching now. So I'm only using the corner of my clipper to notch out that fade or notch in that fade. I'm picking specific areas, and I'm just notching that specific area out. That's another form of debulking, professionally call it. So you guys just watch me work that taper, and you got all my methods, and just watch and learn. Okay, so now it's time to move on to the back taper, my favorite part of the cut. If you do a great back taper, the cut will look flawless when they walking away. Okay, so we're going to start by balding the hair. We want to keep that bald line low, because the higher the bald line, the higher the fade has to be. And you don't want to turn it into a bald fade, so let's keep it to a taper. Low on the bottom of the nape of the neck. We're going to flush, we're going to bald it out, keep it real flush, real smooth, nice and neat. That's the motto. So after we bald it out, we comb it, and we start with our Barber Magic Clip again. Strong motor, light clipper. We're going to create a secondary line. His hair actually grows at an angle, so we're going to work against that. We're going to fade kind of against the grain. If you can see, I'm kind of fading a little bit to my left, and then a little bit to my right, depending on where his hair grows. So comb a few. So basically, the main rule is this: you comb a few strokes, you fade a few strokes. Be light with the clippers. I see a lot of new barbers fade heavy-handed. You don't have to. Let the clippers glide. It's real smooth. It may not look like much is coming off, but trust me, it's coming off, and the fade will come out fast. We don't want to rush it, but just watch it. Transition. Did I almost drop the clippers right there? But it was a smooth catch if I did. So yeah, see, I'm barely even holding the clippers in my hand. I'm hitting with the edge of the blade. See that's that side angle I have to use because of the way his hair grows. Comb a few strokes, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna switch to my master soon, but right now I'm gonna debulk it with the 1.5. See, use that word again. I'm using that 1.5 to knock that bulk out, so when I do come back and fade with different clippers or different guards, I won't have that much of an issue. I won't chunk the hair or take off bulk or take off big pieces. So that's basically what I'm doing now, and I'm just watching me work. I know I'm gonna use my masters at some point here, and I'm gonna use my 1 guard on these magic clips. And it's all about transitioning, learning your areas and learning when to use what. When the hair is really thick, just thin it out. If you use like that, that's the 1.5 guard I'm using to debulk, I was using the debulk, but I went against the grain. Now I'm using my 1. Stretch the skin if you have to. Stretch that skin so that you can get a nice smooth fade. It's all about manipulating the hair. When you realize that the hair is your canvas and this is your art, there's nobody and nothing that can stop you. Then it's all about time, whatever time you're willing to put in. So just watch me do that, and I'll be back, and I'll talk to you guys soon. So now we have the masters, and like I said, the comb on the master is so long and durable, I don't even really need a guard when I'm using those. I cut at the angle the hair grows, I take nice smooth strokes, and I take their hair off. I fade into the hair and I pull it out when I'm taking it off. So you basically just I'm not gonna even edit that out. So yeah, just basically be smooth with it. It's all about, like I said, it's about your strokes and your angles. Once you learn the different types of strokes and what strokes works best for you, I promise it'll take your cut game up 25 notches. Short strokes, long strokes, picking which and what times to use them. You can go back and watch all my videos. I can't just really tell you when to use them. Just watch my videos and watch when I use them, and then you try it and see what works best for you. You know, cutting hair honestly is about trial and error. That's why we usually go to barber school. Barber school is when you get a lot of your trial and errors out. People come pay $5 for a haircut, and you know what I'm saying, you kind of like get to play on their head, you know what I'm saying, and that's really what it's about. Playing and learning what's best for you, so when it's time to go to a professional atmosphere, you got it down pat. You know what I'm saying? Or you can just watch the videos. See, I'm a visual learner. I can watch videos and apply those steps right then and there. So hopefully I'm breaking it down enough to you to where you can do the same thing. All right, so finish watching me fade this thing out, and I'll be back in a little bit. Done with the taper. Now it's time to edge the back of the hair. Now when we edge the back of the hair, the key is keeping it as natural or as far out as possible and making it long. You know, the longer you can make that line to where it lines into like the skin or nothing, it just looks smoother. You know, that's why you want a nice crisp bald nits at the bottom and fade into nice dark hair. So keep it long. Make sure you keep it out. Don't go in. I see a lot of barbers taking it real close in to make that line sharper. I mean, just keep the line natural. You know, keep it natural as possible. Put it that way. After you line it, you go back and find some spots where you can fix or adjust. And you just do the same thing on the other side. I'm not heavy-handed on my edges. I might be heavy-handed on his ear though, but not on my edges. And that's pretty much what I do. When I hit the corners when I hit the ears, I use the corner of the clipper and just make a nice rounding motion. I'm gonna come back later with my blade and do it, but that's pretty much how we do that. Okay, so now it's time for the edge up, the most important part of the cut. I usually just go straight in with the razor. That's my style, that's my way, but I think I have a lot of new barbers watching, so I'm gonna show you guys how to outline the first with the edges. Basically just follow the perimeter. That's really the key here. Follow the perimeter. Obviously, to edge up hair, you have to, you know, take some off. Just don't be excessive. Don't do an excessive pushback. I know you want to make it crispy. I know you want to make it sharp. Just follow the rules. Keep the hair natural. Comb the hair and cut those hairs that hang over. Follow where the hair is at its thickest point, and that's where you edge. Don't dig. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. Just a quick outline with the edges. And when I hit the curve, I'm usually going to use the edge of the blade and just make that rounding motion. So you can watch me do that. I'm sticking to the natural edge, nice, smooth, and you know, just natural. I'm going to come back with that razor and we're going to finish that thing off and just ride off into the sunset. That's pretty much that. So that was the outline. Now I have my razor. On the curves, I use the bendable blade. That's my way. I'm not telling you to do it, but that's how I do it. I stretch the skin, pull the skin, and I only get the hairs that hang over. I'll repeat, you don't have to go deep into the hair. Just be smooth and take off the hairs that hang over. Alright, so that's that. Watch me edge it up. See you guys soon. Taking my blade and I'm just giving you that crunch. I'm getting all them stubbles, nudges. I'm not pushing back right there. See that? All I'm doing is hitting the line. That's all I'm doing. Alright, so watch and enjoy. I'll be back soon. Okay, so now the edge up is pretty much complete. I'm finna just add some enhancement to Barber Magic Pencil, give it a nice flush outline. If you want to know how to do that, I'm not going to do it in this video. I'm just giving you a brief overview. I have a video called How to Use the Barber Magic Pencil. Check it out and you'll enjoy it. Now it's time for the beard. Anybody want to see me do the beard, so I'm going to show you guys how I do the beard. First, I start by tapering the beard into the cut, from cut to beard. That's my way. I don't leave the beard thick at the top. I want everything to be smooth. This whole cut from the beard to the cut should be one smooth transition. Right there, what I'm doing is I'm getting those long hairs so that when I edge it with the razor, it doesn't hang over. Okay, now this is where you make your money, the cleanup. This is what separates a great barber from an okay barber. Man, get those loose hairs off. Clean up that hair. Clean up your workspace, man. Put the finished touches on your artwork. This is the difference between 10 likes on Instagram and 100 likes on Instagram. This is the difference between charging $15 and charging $30. This is the difference between having 100 clients and having 500 clients. The cleanup is the most important part. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you learned something. Like I said, if you have any questions, hit me up. I'll do my best to hit you back as soon as possible. But thanks, man. And this is how you do a taper fade on 360 waves. Subscribe, game changer. I'm out.